incredible performance in that match and the penalty shootout hero. Alex Palmer is now the winner of the Papa John's Player of the Round. Congratulations, Alex. How good a feeling is it to save a penalty in a shootout like that?
No, thank you, first of all. No, it's good, and I think it was obviously going to be a tough game for us, and I think the longer the competition gets on, the more you want to sort of obviously do well in it, and especially getting to these sort of late stages of it, saving a few penalties and having sort of a pretty decent game. It was a good feeling to obviously help the team get progress into the next round. It's totally different to be sort of an outfield player where you could be sort of scoring goals and you can be the hero. We're sort of waiting for our moment when they come, sort of really. But penalty shootouts, I sort of don't get sort of too carried away with them. Really, it's one of those ones. If you save it, you do well. Obviously, we do our research, and our research was pretty spot on the other night.
Yeah, you say you do your research. How do you prepare for a shootout? Because obviously it's different takers, isn't it? Can you remember which way that they would have gone previously? Is that part of the preparation, or is it just a bit of a lottery?
Do you know what it is? You can be told sort of, oh right, this is the way he's gone or whatever, but I think a lot of it is down to just sort of instinct and trying to pick up any movements, any eye contact that they make. But obviously, I don't want to give away too much to the outfield. But yeah, it's one of those ones you're just trying to sort of gamble, and once you pick away, you're trying to do your best to save it, and hopefully you do.
You sort of touched on this, but do you judge yourself as a goalkeeper on a penalty shootout, or is it just a bonus if you do perform well in one?
I think it's just a bonus. I think you can't put too much pressure in, because at the end of the day, the pressure's on them. They should score. But being in an environment where you have a lot more pressure than in training, where they've obviously not got as much, it's a lot easier. So it's one of those ones. 9 out of 10 times they're going to score. It's just you trying to do everything you can to sort of put them off or pick up any signals, and hopefully you go the right way. But obviously getting the Golden Glove last year was a very positive thing, albeit obviously the league cut short, and obviously with cup competitions it's going to be like that, because it's sort of individual every round, and it's one of those ones you get picked out and it's all good. But for me, really, it's just trying to get to the next round, and for me, picking up this award, it just means that I've done my job well.
Yeah, and coming on to Lincoln as a whole, what a season it's been so far for you. You're there on loan from West Brom, of course, but what do you put the success of the team down to this season? Because it's just been outstanding, hasn't it, so far?
I think we've just got a great group. I think everyone said it. Everyone that I saw doing an interview, everyone's just said it. We've just got such a great, hard-working group of lads, and obviously that just frees from the coaching staff. And with how we are with our structure, with our tactical side, I feel like everyone sort of buys into it, and I think that's just what's helped us, and having the talent in there as well, because I'm not being funny, if we didn't have talented lads, then I'm pretty sure hard work can obviously get you to the majority of places, but we need that little bit of class, sometimes a little bit of talent, especially when you come up against these big teams like there is in this league, which majority of the time we've as a performance we've came out on top. So we don't do that with average players as well. So it's a little bit of both, hard work and definitely having a real sort of talent and drive in the group.
Yeah, speaking of those big teams, it doesn't come much bigger than Sunderland in the semi-finals, though, does it? You conceded 4 the last time you played them. Is that in the back of your mind going into this one, to get a bit of revenge maybe as well?
Yeah, perhaps. I think we'll just use it as motivation, really. Obviously, we weren't at the races on that day, but it could have been a totally different game. We had a few chances early on, and then they just ended up being clinical. They got a penalty, and then it went from there, and they just took their chances well. But we know we're more than capable against any team in this league to go toe-to-toe with them and generally come out on top. So obviously Wednesday night's going to be an interesting game, and fingers crossed we can hopefully get into the final.
It's the first season you as well have stepped up to League One level. What's that been like for you after that season with Plymouth, as you mentioned, in League Two last year?
It's been a good sort of natural progression. I've enjoyed it. It's every time you step up a league, it obviously gets a bit sort of quicker, a bit faster. There's obviously a few more talented lads in there, but I think as a goalkeeper, I think a lot of people say it doesn't change too much. We're still there to do our job, come for your crosses, and I think as a goalkeeper, it's just about sort of concentrating on you, making sure you do everything, because you train with these players and you train with quality individuals every day. But it's been tough. There's obviously been a lot of up and downs, and that's just a sort of a natural progression. And the more I play, the more I'm finding out about myself, and that's the main thing, and that's the main reason why players sort of go out on loan, to find out their individual game, and obviously for the parent club to have a look at them.
Yeah, how much have you valued that experience that you've had over the last few seasons when you've been out on loan and playing regular first team football in the EFL?
It's massive, I think, for any player, but obviously I would have liked to have done it a bit sooner, but I felt last season when I stepped into League Two with Plymouth, I was sort of ready for it, and I sort of hit the ground running. So I think that potentially is one of those ones I couldn't do much about, being held back, but now I've obviously got my chance. I just needed to prove it. I was good enough, and I feel like that's what I've done last season, and hopefully doing this season so far.
And you one game away from that experience of playing at Wembley as well. To win something, how much would that mean to you as well? I know obviously you had the promotion with Plymouth last year, but to win at Wembley, that must be, I know there's no fans there, but it still must be a special feeling if you do get that chance.
Of course it is, and I think any footballer will gladly take the opportunity to play at Wembley, whether that's obviously with fans or without. And it's just one of those ones that we've got to concentrate on. There's one game left before obviously we get the chance to do that, and we've got to make sure that we go into that game on Wednesday and do everything we can to get there, because on a personal note, it's good to be a part of something and feel like you've helped the club in a way. And obviously I know they've had success in the other cup competitions before, but being sort of an individual and feeling like, right, I've actually participated in something and given something to the team to help us get this far, so which is obviously a great feeling.
Well, Alex, congrats again on winning the award. Finally, where's it going to go? Have you got a trophy cabinet ready for it? Have you got a nice mantelpiece? What's the situation there?
I'm not sure. It's I'm sure I'll find somewhere, but it's with trophies and medals, there's never too many.
It's been a pleasure talking to you. Good luck in the semis.
Nice one. Cheers, Ben.